Japanese at 12 o'clock at midnight. Maybe Koreans are going through the 2 o'clock in the morning at night. You see? They're different kind of time schedule at night. So those people who came into this country, like a Japanese leader, Korean leaders, are going through the darker night than the Dr. Durst night, than your night. Why? Because they have insurmountable difficulty to adjust themselves into this country. No comparison with your difficulties. For them, for foreigners in this country, without language, without proper cultural background, without having way of life in this country, knowing nothing about this country's way of life, trying to support America's movement, that is an incredible cross to bear. But when you become one, united as quickly as possible, then there is a room for free world to become united faster. Do you follow? Yes, Father? Unto your life. Simple as that. Commit your life. Simple as that. And if you do that, then without a word, the free world will be united under United States leadership. U.S. as a center, free world will come. When we do that, when we commit ourselves unto our lives and bringing all the enemy countries together into one unity. For Reverend Moon, United States of America is his night. By going through this night, Reverend Moon will liberate the free world. For the United States, communist world is the night. The free world is also going through the night of communism. Without going through it, there's no sunrise in the morning. The problem is, however, they do not know about this. Therefore, somebody must awaken them. This is the reason Reverend Moon is always frontline and speaking and awakening the American public so that they can be aware of this mission of night. Do you follow? So when you listen to Father this morning, now from the point of view of history, of struggle between good and evil, and the situation of the free world and the communist world, and you precisely know what time it is in God's timetable, and precisely where the unification movement is located, and what needs to be done. This is the main theme. Andropov death bring the whole communist world into incredible kind of anxiety. What kind of outcome? The leadership. So the communist world must feel. But look at the free world. All of a sudden, Reverend Moon came out and united all the religious world and the political world, the economic world, moral world, and they united solid, like a rock. But then we, communist world, is in trouble. Oh, and our leadership is dying, and all the shaken. I wish we could have some strong leadership like Reverend Moon in the communist world. You know, they wish. Andropov was a KGB head, as you know. He wanted to use his intelligence apparatus to unite the Soviet machine, trying to knock the free world. That was his scheme, and he thought that the iron fist to do so. But then God eliminated him, you know, knock him out, knock him down. KGB head, go to KGB. Go to...
경제 체제를 수정해야 되고 이런 암살이라든가 이 사기적인 모든 정치 풍토를 제거해버리고 정의를 들어갔던 테라는 완전히 우리는 싸우지 않고 모스크바에 지도 모른다.
So this morning, Father felt we don't have to put up the hot bullet battle to engage into a Moscow rally. No, we don't have to. When we move wisely, mobilize all the public opinion, the political opinion started out from the Ronald Reagan, and all the religious opinions throughout all the major denominations of America, and the media opinions throughout the world, academic opinions all over the world, then Father can do and launch the Moscow rally without engaging into hot war. So in Soviet Russia, within the Soviet Russia, let's say kind of leaders will be, you know, supporting Reagan policy and opening up the country for religious. And they're considering communism is not working, is a failure. They're trying to modify the communist theory. That kind of leaders that come out in Soviet Russia, when? Then that'll be good news. Father would be a lot easier to Moscow rally. Also, probably the communist leaders, you know, they have been opposing Reagan so much, so they cannot say, "I accept your policy." But they have not yet that much opposed Reverend Moon, so they will say, probably the trial, you know, experiment we must do, try out Reverend Moon's ideology. The communist world starts saying it, this kind of thing. Incredible thing can happen. That's precisely what God is hoping to achieve, and Reverend Moon is precisely want that happen. And there is a possibility. Because why Father can be so optimistic about this? Because of the spiritual world and the communist world are very much advanced in what they call spiritual world science. Spiritual world science. In other words, what they call metaphysics science. You know, they're very much advanced. For the reason they cannot deny. The more and more they study the metaphysic world, they have to connect Father. They have to be connected. So, amazingly then, you know, instead of United States of America, maybe Soviet Union are in a position to enter into the spirit, you know, heavenly kingdom earlier, faster than U.S. Gray or great?
왜 그렇게
You'll be shamed. Nothing great for you.
레브런을 그러고 생각하기도 않았어. 썰을 이제 경제를 차리고부터 사상적 그 지지를 주는 않고 벗어날 수 없는 항아리 폭발전에 있는 여기에 권력 투쟁이 난투이 벌어지는 좋은 차 공산당이 공산당 반대하는 사람이 하나만 몇 사람만 죽는 날에는 폭발적으로 깨어나갈 수 있는 이런 시대가 왔는데.
공산당을 반대하는 사람이?
그렇지. 민간인은 그걸 반대하는 적극적으로 나서는 전국적으로 불붙어가지고 한꺼번에 공사가 차는 좋은 차.
This is
권력 투쟁이 벌어질 거라.
so 안에서 말이죠. So inside of Soviet Russia, there's incredible division will take place because the incredible setback they are suffering, corruption they're suffering, failure they're suffering. So incredible opinion, political fight, infight has to be occurring. So there must be some moderate. There must be the people who are looking at themselves as a total failure, trying to open up the door for the Western world and the new ideology like Reverend Moon's ideology. And within the communist world, that is not the total impossibility.
그렇다 해서 달더라도 우리는 어차피 여기 되고.
Even though that might happen, it doesn't matter. For us to really completely, concretely unite, like a rock, centering upon Father and his ideology, free world is completely united, then absolutely we become invincible forces.
너도 선생님 하나 돼 있어?
Are you? Then united with Father, first place.
그 누가 되나? 너희들 ES에서 통해서 선생님이 볼 때.
What about? That's your answer, yes. But what about Father's answer? What's going to be like a Father's answer?
No.
If Father say no, what would you do?
하나님이 너희들 말 듣겠어. 여러분을 말해보라.
So God will listen to your answer or Reverend Moon's answer? Whose answer God will trust? So time is still far away for you to be completely trusted by Father.
세계 한국 전쟁을 미국이 원란들 한국 사람들을 왜 다 싸웠으더라? 싸우는 그 모든 원란 장기라서 싸운 건데 한국군이 말이야 이 베트콩이 만나 싸우지 말라는 그 지령을 기다리고 왜?
In Vietnam War era, there was a lot of U.S. forces fighting, U.S. Marines fighting, and the Korean division, Tiger division, White Horse division were fighting in Vietnam. And among the Vietnam, they have instructions. When you encounter there's a Korean rascal, don't fight. Avoid the fight and retreat. When you encounter Yankees, fight it out. That's the kind of rule they had. Why? Because the Korean soldiers were tough, and trained. They fear nothing.
공산당들이 말하지 야 우리 형 만나지 말고 싸우지 버리지 말라 이런 지랄해서 강력한 단체가
What about?
암살 나가는 수가 부신다고
By the same token,
미스터 박부터 지금 총을 노리고 있다고 이래서 뭐 큰 소리 하지 그뭐 잡기 보니까 그러고 있대.
by the same token, we Moonies are known by the communists that the common truism, knowledge, that when you encounter Moonie, don't fight it, avoid the fight, retreat, because they are the tough guys. If they knew they would be defeated like that, they won't fight against us. Then we save our lives. Not a lot of victims and a martyrdom we don't have to suffer. This month.
주사식으로 호박같이 친구들이 그런 것이다. 언제 저희 좋은 대로들 뭐 잘다 먹다 가는
So otherwise,
일어나 보니 뭐가지가 또 와가지고 이게 문제라.
Otherwise, they are going to come after, treat you like a pumpkin head, and are trying to chop it up. And father said, jokingly, said, one morning you got up, my body was missing. Where is my body? Head and body was separated. Boom, chop it off. And that kind of situation, is not.
그래서 일본이 지금까지 피해간 구멍이가 살아나면서 선생님의 작전에 살아나. 막내들 말고 벌써 왔다. 나타나면 도망가는 거야. 그게 뭐?
That's what the fierce Japanese forces made Mr. Kuboki survived. Mr. Kuboki survived. In other words, communists in Japan fear Moon so much they don't want to deal with Moon. That's why they don't want to assassinate their leader.
B3 총을 5만 적을 일본에서 5만 적, 5만 적. 총 포사를 30야를 여기에서 총을 얻는 수십만 정. 몇이야? 하나, 둘, 천만, 20만. 일시에 동원할 수 있는 능력을 만들어놨다.
It's a threat to the communist organization in Japan. Father has a special kind of tactic. Father, knowing they're going to come out as a violent tactic. First, father imported to Japan from Korea B3 shotgun that the father made. So 50,000 guns are in store. Even shotgun is all right under the law. So we imported 50,000, but can certainly hurt the communists. No question. Furthermore, 38 gun shop. The gun shop operated, even lost. And the 38 gun shop can mobilize 200,000 shotgun. 200,000 high-powered shotgun. So they knew in case of emergency, all the 250,000 rifles can be mobilized by the Moonies in Japan. Communists knew that.
너무 자식. 천재봐라 이러. 경비청이 그건 내가 명령 내는 뭐 당한다는 거야.
So it's almost saying, you're going to come as a the violent method. All right, you want to come. Or retaliate. Fire for fire. So, when we come become a very tough soldiers, then they were trying to avoid you. Then our life would be safeguarded. What about in the United States? The communists is no problem, right? American communists very gentle, aren't they? Right? Very gentlemen, aren't they? Forget it. They are just the same as anybody, communist. They want to just grow themselves. They're waiting for their opportunity.
세상에 말하려면 무슨 뭐 대표를 만들고 기관표를 만들고 무엇을 만들고 뭐 세계 누가 독재자 좋다. 난 독재자인데 공산주의를 참 지구상에 뭐라는 책임자만 들리고 있다. 그것을 위해서는 독재자라고 밥 뭐 이런 하던가 뭐 히틀러라고 이러면가 무소리니 뭐 스타린 제일 나쁜 이름 그때부터 나는 환영한다.
It doesn't matter. Communists are, giving father all kind of dirty title. Reverend Moon, he's a dictator, he's a fascist, and he's a bloodsucker, and he's worse than Stalin, and worse than Hitler, worse than Mussolini, and so forth. It doesn't matter. What the most important thing is that Reverend Moon has a power and a solution that will defeat international communism. If that's the case, nothing else doesn't matter. All right. You want to give me all kind of title? Give it to me. So even nowadays, they give me a title, very new glory title, M Mafia. Boss M Mafia. Moon Mafia. Moon Mafia head. Reverend means the Moon Mafia head. If that's the way I can win over communism, I welcome it. So, the new title My father is a new type, Ayatollah, Khomeini,
자 그러니까
Korean
내가
Khomeini.
그런 타입은 내가 못할 짓이지 못할 놈이 뭐 있어.
So since you gave me that kind of title, all right, I want to use it. I want to use it. I want to do what they do. Why not?
공산당을 위해서.
For whom? For what? For the sake of destroying communism, stopping communism. Yes, I will do it. So you see, father is a rather fearful father.
그래 사자는 모든 동물 세계는 무서운 것이지만은 사자 새끼에게는 제일 좋은 아빠 이거 기다려. 엄마 아빠 기다려.
So the lion is the king of the animal. Boy, fearful. Everybody, lion roar. Every animal, small animal, tremble. But you become the baby lion. For baby lion, his father is the number one daddy. They're very weak. You know. So it's a small baby lion. You know. Still, for the baby lion, that father is the number one father. Give baby lion the best protection under the sun. Isn't that true?
무서워하지 않는다.
So, not fear of lion. The baby lion do not fear, his own dad, lion.
사심을 봐. 호랑이 봐.
Also, the baby lion look at tiger out there. Huh, you tiger? My dad is out there. Be careful about it. No, you just think twice.
호랑이도 어슬렁어슬하다가 저거 사자 새끼다. 집어먹어야 나갔다. 아버지 사자 새끼구만.
Even tiger, come near too, and look at the small animal going, trying to eat it up. Oh, that is a lion baby. Oh, no. I cannot touch it.
그렇지. 사실이야.
That's the way it goes. The world is running that way.
너들은 무슨 새끼야? 무슨 새끼야?
So what kind of baby are you? You are the cat baby or lion baby? The moonies. What the moony means, the baby of Reverend Moon. The moon baby. Moon baby is moony. Moon babies are moony. So moon babies, eyes, looking out to the world. Not just a small village or a local, anything. Look out the world. Moon babies.
어때? 그래?
Okay, are you moon babies?
공산주의 무서워하네?
You are not fearful of, do you fear communism?
누구를 피하?
Huh? Yeah.
누구를 무서워해?
So whom would you fear most?
무섭긴 무서운데 최고의 프로텍터다.
Yeah, that's true. You fear father. No. But even if you fear father, but you also know father is your number one super protector. Yes or no? Yes. Well, that's it then. And you got it. So are you clear now? Clear in your mind. So where do we go from here?
이제는 중층 사자쯤 돼서는 호래굴에 한번 들어가가지고 구경하자.
So you're a medium baby now, lion. You're not that small anymore. You walk and go around the neighbors. All right, I want to go today tiger's home. I want to visit tiger's home. Mr. Tiger, you have a visitor.
그래서 너희들은 지금 말이야. 주에 가면 주 책임자 주지사를 만나라. 뭘로?
So you will meet, father said, when you go to the state, meet the governor, meet the mayor. What capacity, what qualification? As a lion baby, as a moon baby.
Huh?
You meet.
얼마나 컸어?
How much, how far have you grown?
너희들 얼마나 컸어?
How much have you grown as a baby? You are pretty big now, boy, or you a little baby, or a boy, or adolescent, and what, young man, or what? Young baby? What? What do you think?
대답해봐. 큰단 말이야.
How big, baby, are you? How much have you grown up? Are you still crawling, or walking, or flying, or what?
다 큰 베이비야. 크고 있는 베이비야.
You're growing or you're growing up? Which one?
그럼 그런 큰 베이비가 맞겠구만.
Not yet big baby yet, huh?
너 새끼 질 수 없단 말이야.
That means you cannot give us the baby. You cannot multiply your baby yet. Because you're still growing.
그러면 너 결혼을 왜 했어?
Okay, then why did you get married?
그런 베이비가 무슨 섹스를 알고 뭐 남편을 알아?
Little growing baby, huh? Where you have still far away to know about husband and a wife and marriage and love and so forth.
아? 만도들이 맞다. 그런 베이비니까 사자로서의 합격할 수 있는 세상적
So you are a growing baby, therefore
와서 새끼를 쳐야 돼.
you really go out and test yourself out and to be a really, a lion baby, and roaring to the world and take after your own dad and then come home, then multiply.
I think so.
Father thinks so.
That is a formula.
That is the formula.
섹시고 멋있게 집어치워라.
So, in a growing time, you have no time for your
여자들은
wife,
말이야.
girl,
여자들은
boy.
안 사사가 되기 위해서는 가서 합격해 와. 아이 호랭이 순놈이 암사자하고 이 녀석아 이리 와 이 자식아 이거 할때 도망가면 그 암사자하고 틀린 거야.
So how about the lion?
작지만은 귀가 꽉 벌려가지고 호랭이 순놈을 쫙 쳐버리고 또 쳐버릴 수 있어.
The female lion. You're the female lion. And the big tiger comes sometimes and said, female lion, I want to be your friend, all right? Want to come in and play with me? What the female lion will say? Oh, yes, yes, yes. Or get out of here. I'm a lion. I'm a king of the animals. You are becoming my subject. Then you come. Would you say that?
Yes. Yes.
Fierce looking lion. So,
그래야 사자가 된다고 보자.
who knows, Father will send you in the KGB, hot KGB headquarters. And you walk in there, roaring inside the KGB.
저 입 벌리고 입만 벌리면 다 무서워하거든. 공산주의 무엇이.
So when one lion open his mouth, everybody's a fear, take a fear of that open mouth. So even the KGB will take a fear.
공산당 우리 입만 벌리면 공산당들이 이기게 하다.
So we are the lion. Therefore, the worst thing that happened to communism is that lion open mouth. So the Mooney's open mouth is powerful. Powerful. Once we open mouth, it's going to be powerful. Do you follow?
자, 너저 섹시하고 같이 사는 것이 문제가 아니라고 이 싸움에 얘기해야 돼.
So living with your wife, you're living with your husband is smallest matter. It's not important.
문이 말이야. 여자들은 말이야. 우리 남편이 사자 순놈이 들어오자면 난 상대를 갖다 하고 말이야. 이 문이 남자들은 말이야. 암사자가 나가 승리하면 난 상대를 갖다. 그런 말 가져야 돼.
So the Mooney, women should be thinking that unless my husband become become truly a lion and come to me, I won't accept him. I don't like any other husband other than lion. And you also think my wife should come to me as a female lion. She must be deserved by me. Then we respect each other.
그 라이언이나 저 사자나 비슷해서 이게 뭐이라고 해서 뭐인가? 라이언하고 비슷하게 생긴 뭐
What is sort of
제일 다른 동물이 뭐 있는 거야?
what's animal that's small but something resemblant to lion? What would you call it? Lizard? Lizard? Lizard is cat? Link?
사자가
린스.
남자 사자가 고양이 새끼하고
네.
산다. 고양이 새끼하고 산다. 기분 좋아?
What about? No. The lion is living with cat. No, married with cat. Well, did you feel good? A lion married a cat.
라이언은 하루 종일 한몇 개는 돈만 해도 하루 종일 400일 얘기하는데 라이언은 그 배에 있더라. 천리길을 나가 돌아다니는데 캣이야 여기 동네에 담이나 하나 넘었다 왔다 하더니 아이고 나가지 마서 그럼 남편 부모님인 거야.
You know, even a tiger, you know, to win the food for that day, it move around about 400 miles. And lion should go out more. Lion should travel more. And if the lion is so fearful of going out and staying at home, that lion could not feed his own baby, and that everybody will be starved to death. You like that? You, moon, woman. How about cat? Lynn's husband. You want about lion husband? So if they are not lion, not good enough for lion, kick them out. Kick them out. And when they walk in as a cat, they say, "You cat, get out of my sight." I'll do that. You want to become that kind of woman? The lion wife? So what about you? You are the leaders in the Unification Women, the special kind of women, because you are the leaders of the Unification Church. What did you do? You just spoke to your husband over the phone, and I miss you, and do you miss me, and do you love me? Did you say that while you were here? No time for that? But call your husband, So your husband. So your husband called, then you say, "Are you Mr. Lion?" Your husband say, "No, what are you talking about? Then get out of here." Until you become a lion, I won't even talk to you.
그러자는 사자 새끼 낳아야지 무슨 새끼 낳을까 생각해라. 너들 새끼는 무슨 새끼가 생각해라.
Because I want to bear a baby that's a lion baby, not cat baby. So
그런 베이비를 낳는다 생각해라.
what kind of baby you are going to give now? What do you think?
나는 새끼를 사자에게 동네랑네 사는 토끼도 놀려먹는 이런 새끼가 아니야. 고양이도 놀려먹는 새끼다. 그 창편을 어떻게 하냐. 어디가 써먹을 수 없는 거야, 써먹을 수 없어. 우리는 써먹을 수 없는 거야.
놀려먹다니, 아버님? 놀려먹다니.
아이고 호래도 하는 말이야. 캣도 아니고 내가 그 토끼도 이상하려 구경하는 거야. 이게 이상하려고. 짐승이란 짓에 전부 다 말로 잘 놀려먹는다고.
So you haven't taken full characteristic of the lion. You are not yet a lion. Then your baby is coming out. The baby is like a neutral baby. All animals come and say, what kind of baby is that? Some look like a cat, some look like a dog, and some look like a tiger. What kind of baby is that? Everybody come in and look at your baby. Because they don't see a lion there.
이래가지고 그 엄마 닮아서 말이야. 거기서 참 낮장나자고 잠나자고 말이야. 이래가지고 그건 천대꾸레기야.
So, boy, that baby, take after his own mom. Mom always take a nap. So that baby is sleeping all day long,
It's like a cat.
Like a cat. Cat always at the sunny side, sleeping all day long.
그런 의미가 될래?
So, that kind of mother would you want to become? No. You give a cat A baby, a birth.
자, 그러면 이번에 선생님이 뭐냐는 말이야. 하나님으로 이번 때는 뭐냐면 세계, 조난세, 공산세관 민주세가 여달리 천대해가지고 우리가 조난세, 그러면 우리의 롤링 하는데 공산세계나 민주세계.
So what kind of people will become? When the free world and the communist world, we move into that world and roar, then communists will say, oh, lion roar, lion, that moony lion. And the free world will say, lion, look at the lion roars. That kind of reputation our father would like to have a moony lion should get. What do you think? Lion life is going to be easy one? Very, very relaxed and peaceful and an easy life, right? That's the lion's life.
산은 자꾸 만나서 산을 메꿔서 놓으면 바다도 건너야 돼, 강도 건너야 돼.
No. Lion's life is tough one. You cross the mountains, you cross the river, cross the fields and the prairies.
이렇게 볼 때 레브렌은 지금까지 일생이 탑한 생활이야.
What about Reverend Moon's life so far, up to this time, has been a very peaceful, uneventful life? No? Yes or no? And what kind of life? Tough? Busy?
저거 떠나 그 조그만 짐승에서
Extraordinary? Dramatic?
저 사자새끼 저놈 새끼 또 나타났구만. 산중을 전부 다 결혼하는 저 사자놈 조그만 짐승 전부 다 환영하면서 전부 다 여하고 전부 다 죽으라고.
So, Reverend Moon, being a lion, and all the animal world are threatened, fearing. As soon as Reverend Moon showed up, look at that. Another, tough guy appeared. Boy, everybody is disturbed by the appearance of Reverend Moon. That's what the Reverend Moon is all about. Everybody's disturbed. Everybody's life is disturbed. So some animal world, he's disturbing our peace so much. So I wish he died. I wish he died. But then, he doesn't die. He didn't go away. So, in America, they finally, gave the title, started giving us the right title, for a time, for a change, that is giant. Giant Moon. He is giant. Reverend Moon is giant. So, you are the baby of what? That's the way you think. That's the way Father thinks.
누굴 대하더라도 그런 생각을 해.
When Father meets someone, always Father meets in that kind of capacity, that kind of a dignity. Father, situation has become serious, Father will stare at him, and the other side will just slumber, crumble. Father can meet anybody. What dignity? President of the United States. Doesn't matter. They have to, get the support from Father. So, America's senators and congressmen, more and more people now come to realize they need the support from Father.
메기 잡아먹는데 좋은 메기 잡아먹었나 두 종류가 있으면 적만 사자밥이 말이야. 이제 사슴이 있는데 적구만 사슴을 잡아먹었나 사자라면 큰 사슴을 잡아먹었나.
So let's say there is a lion has the opportunity to get either deer and a big deer and a small deer. What do you think? A lion is going after big deer or small deer?
왜?
Why?
라이언은 자기가 제일이라는 생각하기 때문에 제일에는 그런 주체가 나오기 때문에 대하는 것도 큰 놈을 대하라고 해요.
Lion always think of himself as a king of the animal. So always treat, to deal with anything that's something big, something substantial. He doesn't want to deal with the trivial, small things.
기장을 만나고 주지사를 만나고 말이야. 경찰 서장을 만나고 책임자를 만나 싸우라고.
So that's the reason Father sends you out to meet the top leaders with dignity. Mayors, governors, police chiefs.
그 포리스팀 하나 친구 되게 되면 야야 포리스팀 너 짤 때를 뭐 하나 내가 한번 얘기할게. 헌신하게 사자가 헌신하게 되면 토끼 새끼를 잡아먹지 않고 어디 안 갔나. 하루 저녁에 몇백 명 헌신할 수 있는 기반이 되는데.
So when you become a one friend with the police chief, then you say, Mr. Police Chief, yeah, I'm your friend now, you know what I'm in, right? Why don't you get all the policemen one night? I come in and give you a lecture. So Lion showed up and all the little rabbits sitting down there. They're trembling, They got to be obedient to the lion. They got to listen to you.
너들 언제나 배가 불러, 배가 고파.
All the time. Are you hungry or are you full in your stomach?
Hungry.
More time you're hungry, more time you're full.
어?
What do you think?
한글인데, 너들 프레이가 뭐야? 어? 너들 얘기가 뭐냐?
So you're hungry. What is your food? What's your prey? Where are you going to get your meal? What's your meal?
어? 미는 뭐야? 그래, 큰 놈들 잡아다 넣고, 먹다 잡아다 넣고, 그걸 바라보고 좋아하는 거야.
So something big. You're going to capture it. Your prey is something big. Your victim is something big. And even you cannot swallow them all, but even just catching it, there's a feeling of triumph. Triumph. I don't even have to eat the meal. Boy, look, I feel full. I feel full. Have you thought about that? When you capture, with a big prey, big result, you feel full. But then you spiritually looking and you could be very hungry and starved to death and on the skin and bone. Skin and bone.
그래서 여기 와서 내부에는 영양 주사, 보충 주사를 받고 간다면 살수 없다 이러던가.
So actually, you came to this meeting, Father's meeting, once in a while to get the skin and bone replenished. The refueling station. So Father is giving an injection. Tonic, vitamin injection, so that the skin and bone and then women come alive. But if you're gonna repeat that, you've been addicted to that, injection, you are like a dead person. You gotta. So, Father is clever, knowing that I don't want to be anybody addicted to it. So, our Father will give only few more injections of vitamin. That's all. That's all. You must be on your own. So already Father announced that he will not show up in the public platform. He will not show up. Father will not show in a public sermon, for example, Belvedere. So then you are, like a grown-up. You take over. Delegate the mission and become a tiger. The lion, male and female lion, and inherit the tradition. Move on. Then you should be able to jump off the cliff and running into the wilderness, and let the wind blow, let the typhoon come, the hurricane come. Let it come.